For a long time, I was a reporter and I was an artist, and this never came together. It was two separate parts of my identity. It just came to me one day that I could take a scalpel-like blade and I could start to cut out what I considered to be tumors. In my world, the tumors are the things that we have to deal with in the news that are so distressing. I feel as though I can't sit by and do nothing. So a gesture, no matter how small, might count. This is a retelling of the story, not from a journalistic point of view, but from the point of view of an artist who would like to bring something different to the table. You can't read the text anymore because the paper's transparent. When I lived in Belfast, it was the time of the worst of the explosions. We were surrounded by sectarian hatred and violence. That is something that marks you. I saw people that were willing to kill other people, who were willing to strike fear into people's hearts. Why were they doing this? They were doing it because they didn't know one another, because their religious leaders had manipulated them to hate one another. They were jeopardizing their entire humanity because of ignorance. All these words, all these pictures, all these lives, you can't really tell which person, which incident, when it happened, what was the emotion. It's been washed out of it. It's a trail. A trail of stories and history. The specifics of it matter less than the sheer volume of it. I think that wanting to fill out the other side, as I always try to do, I always want to see what we don't see. I always want to hear what's not heard. I want to go beyond what seems to be the surface. And I think that's because as a child I observed the danger of ignorance, the fact that people could die because of ignorance. The electronic media has really taken us into an unimagined world where news crews are witnesses to world events. We're just a few steps ahead of the viewer. We feel it, and then the viewer feels it too. I'd never brought tapes from work home into my safe environment before. But the tapes came home, and I felt like they were contaminated. They seemed to me to be the embodiment of the hopes and fears of these people whose lives we had filmed. I want to bring some humanity into the news. I want to soften the vessels that carry the news. My work isn't really about me at all. My work is about the volume and the speed and the sheer amount of media images that we're drowning in a sense. And what I'm asking is, how can we find a place? Where is there somewhere where we can get refuge and where we can feel safe?